And it's right there. 7:02, we've got special guests this morning. It's Val and Kara from Renewal House because April is Sexual Assault Awareness Month. Thanks for coming in today.
Thanks for having us.
For those who don't know, sexual assault, what makes it sexual assault? What criteria do we have to meet to have that happen? What is sexual assault?
Okay, it's a pretty vast description, but mainly no consent is given at the time of that. We oftentimes hear and know as rape, but it can happen with all different kinds of people, all different ages. Doesn't matter the ages, from children to adults. So, but mainly when there's a lack of consent, when there's no consent, then that is what we consider sexual assault.
And in St. Lawrence County, this has been an ongoing problem, hasn't it?
Absolutely, absolutely. Like we were just talking about, we've been very busy this month, but we're busy all the time with clients dealing with DV and sexual assault. But it is an ongoing thing that we're hoping to spread awareness about and hoping that we get a little bit of slowdown.
Now, if you think you've been a victim of sexual assault, and it was like the last couple of days, wasn't like, today, you can still take action, can't you?
Absolutely. Calling Renewal House is a good first step if you're uncomfortable going to law enforcement, which oftentimes we are, and that's okay. Calling Renewal House and we can discuss your options with you, which can be like a SANE exam where you go to the hospital, and that's a special exam for sexual assault victims. We can accompany you to those exams and help you kind of get some information as to what they include and what I guess the main concern is people oftentimes go in there thinking they have to get all of that exam done as well, and that's not the case. You can say no to any part of it that you're uncomfortable with, and we can help you with that process as well.
And another part of that people don't think about is sometimes, obviously, when there's sexual contact, there's the risk of STIs now and other HIV and AIDS infections. So if going to the hospital can possibly help you get the medicines like the prophylaxis and things you need to help fight those infections, hopefully within 36 hours of exposure, but up to 96 hours, DNA can be collected if the victim wanted to do so.
Now, if you have any questions, you're not really sure that it was assault or not, what are your options? You can still call and ask as many questions as you want, right?
Absolutely. We get a lot of people calling that aren't quite sure. They just want to talk at first. And it's good to just talk, to just know what your options are and know that you're not alone, reinforcing that it's not your fault, that this horrible thing happened to you, and that there are people out there to help you every step of the way in healing from that.
Now, if you're a college student, you're not from the area, is it best in this situation for questions to call you, or is it something you should talk to the campus police about?
We get a lot of that. It's completely up to the victim. We are victim-centered and victim-based, so we ask them to do whatever they most feel comfortable with. Some people will try to keep it on campus and want to do that, but they definitely have the option of doing both. They can come to us as well, and we can either help them seek a counselor on campus, talk to any kind of advisors about changing class schedules, to keep them safe on campus too, if that's something they're looking for.
And the number to call anytime is what?
379-9845.
Okay, we're going to talk about date rape. That's coming up next as part of Sexual Awareness Month with Val and Kara from Renewal House in the St. Lawrence Valley. 7:06, Pharrell Williams, Happy on Yes FM.